When I first started managing Parker, I was passing in the studio. I was sitting on the desk one day and Parker was in there. Some guys came in and challenged Parker to a fight. One of them took a swing at him. Parker parried him, put him in an arm bar, and sent him head first right through the window of the studio into the street. This is pretty interesting. This has been going on for years. People challenged Parker. In the window of his office, which the steps were right there, he could sit in his office behind his desk, look through the window, see anybody coming up the steps coming into school. This window was 6 feet tall, and it only had a little trim about this big across the bottom of it, and it was 3 feet wide. He threw this guy all the way through the window in the street. The guy landed out in the street and didn't get cut. And as soon as he did that, that guy, his friend, ran out there and grabbed his buddy and took off and left with him. You know, it was two of them. He threw the first one through the window, and the other guy just got scared and left, you know. He said, Jim, go over there and see Joe at the window shop. There's a glass shop, caddy corner, across the block. That was where Parker had his first studio before he bought the land and his students and him built this other school. But the guy that owned the glass shop was the one that put all the glass in Parker's building, took care of it. I just walked in over there with my, stuck my flip-flops, had my gi on. I walked in, he looked at me, he said, I'll be right with you. I said, what's going on? He says, you need a window, right? I says, yeah. He says, how'd you know? He says, I figured that he threw that guy through the window. And I walked around there and said, come here. Looked over there and there's like 3 or 4 pieces of glass already cut. There's tape on it and said, Ed Parker. That was a common occurrence. Later on I asked him, I said, Mr. Parker, why did you build that window that way? He said, well, if I'd only made it smaller, they'd have fell through, they would have landed on the glass and would have cut them, and I'd have a lawsuit. By making it all the way to the ground, when I throw them real hard through there, they'd just go out through like in the movies and land on the street, you know, and a little bit of glass, you know. And so while I was there in a 5-year period, I had to have that window replaced twice. But from the old timer stories that were there longer before me, Al Tracy and all the old guys, Chuck Sullivan, it happened many times in the past.